Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so you can check us out there. My name is Matt, and as always, I'm being joined by my sister Vetta.
Hello.
And this month, it is the month of the witching hour, guys, and we are doing Halloween movies because of Halloween. And this week, it is all about the movie Trick or Treat. Vetta, before we get into talking about this movie, what did you think about this movie overall?
Interesting.
Right on. I liked it.
It was interesting. There were parts I liked, parts I didn't.
Oh, for sure. There's for sure. Did you watch this when it first came out?
No. This was the first time I saw it.
Oh, right on. That's cool. Before we get started, though, I'm going to ask the most important question, and that is, Vetta, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, I was drinking, but I've drank half of it, so I'm going to need a refresh. It is a Jack Daniel's Trick or Treat.
Nice.
It's like ginger beer with...
Shut up.
Yeah.
With what?
It's ginger beer with Jack Daniels, but it was a little light, the recipe on the Jack Daniels, so you can tell by the color. I added a little bit more.
Right on. Well, I'm drinking, I've got a ginger beer in mine also, but I am drinking. Okay, so I have a story behind this before we get started on this review. Okay, so it's called Sam's Cider, a trick or treat inspired mocktail. Okay, right? So I made one of these and I was like, this is delicious. So I downed it, right? And it's got ginger beer, apple cider, and then some of this like pumpkin caramel syrup stuff in it, right?
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's more caramel than it is pumpkin because I hate pumpkin. But anyways, so I'm just down in this shit, and I'm like, I'm not even getting a buzz and everything. Yeah, because I read the instruction. It says mocktail, and I'm like, shit. So I just added some vodka to that shit. Now I'm feeling great. So
when you said the name, I was like, I was gonna say, did you add alcohol? Because
Well, I had drank two, and I'm all like, this doesn't even taste like. I was like, I'm not even buzzed. This is gonna suck. I'm gonna have to drink like 4 of these before we get on the air. And then finally, I was like I was like, oh, ginger beer isn't even alcoholic. And then I was like, oh, it says mocktail right here. Shit. So, all right, Vetta. Why don't we go ahead and get started on reviewing this delicious movie? All right.
Do you want to just take it story by story? Because
that's what I thought we would do.
Seen it?
Yeah,
that's 4 short stories put into one movie.
Yes, and they're all connected and everything. But can we talk about the beginning though?
By Sam.
What was that?
They're connected by Sam.
Yeah. I call them Pumpkin Boy. I'm gonna call him Pumpkin Boy because he's just a big old pumpkin.
Well, and his name is Sam, and he is when you break a Halloween tradition, he makes you pay.
Yeah, which I'm all like, okay, I'll talk about when I get to it. But sometimes I'm all like, what if you accidentally break a tradition? Or what if you don't know what a tradition is? That's not fair. Like, who knows every fucking Halloween tradition? I don't.
It was his favorite holiday, and he was one of the kids from the school bus massacre.
I don't think so. Did you see his face? It wasn't very human-like. Anyways, okay. So, like I said before, that pumpkin head guy is like hardcore about that pumpkin, like right off the bat. Like as soon as she blows it out, you see him like flip a switch. He's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "That bitch just blew out a pumpkin
across the street."
Oh yeah, he's like straight up like, "Oh, she just died. She just died. She just doesn't know yet. She doesn't know yet." Okay, and I love the couple at the beginning because so she goes, put on the tape, and I'm like, what is that? What do you mean put on the tape? And then he puts on a nature documentary or whatever it was, nature special, and I'm all like, is this how you get all hot and bothered by putting on some porno? Because all you have to do is like be like, hey lover boy, you ready? I'm like, I'm ready. I'm hard already, so I don't know what's going on.
Is this for real or are you joking right now?
Yeah, and I'm all like
naked, So
Yeah. And I mean, like, listen, I'm not trying to judge and everything, but if she needs a porno to get started, maybe something's going on. But she seemed like a frigid bitch anyways, because she was all like, I'm going to take this stuff down to now because you're not going to do it tomorrow. I was like, oh, what a naggy bitch. And I was like, she deserves to die straight
right.
up. Like I didn't feel bad for her, although that's Leslie Bibb. I know that because I love her. She's so great. She's so hot. But I would have just kept that Halloween stuff up for the night. It was super fun. They went all
during
out
the day.
Yeah, and I'm all like, and plus, besides the fact that it, I mean, I'm pretty sure if she knew it would have sealed her fate, she would have been like, let's leave it up and everything. But I'm all like, that looked like a lot of work to tear down. You're gonna stay up all night to tear that down. Like, I would have just been like, let your husband stay asleep till noon, and then don't let him play. Hide the controller. He can't play video games then. And put on that tape because that tape was hot. I was like, oh, look at that bitch. She's got great tits and everything. Okay. Moving on to the segments of this. Did you have anything to say about that opening scene?
No, their costumes sucked.
What'd you say?
I said their costumes sucked.
They did suck. She was a robot. I was like, oh, please. I could have made that in my sleep.
Wrapped in tin. It was made from tinfoil and probably Amazon packing boxes.
I'm like, be like those little whores and dress up as Snow White. Just, the whore kind. Anyways.
Just add the word sexy in front of anything.
Yeah. What are you supposed to be? I'm a mouse. Duh. Anyways. Okay. All right. So it starts off with the principal, and that's the first story. Like, I love how right off the bat he calls that kid on his diabetes. He's like, that candy can't be good for your diabetes and everything. And I'm all like, okay, you don't need to fat shame him right now. He's like 12. Okay, why don't you calm it down, Mr. Willis, or whatever your name was? Wilkins. I remember. I wrote it down. And then, okay, but at the same time, okay, so this is the thing. As soon as he he took all that candy from that bucket and it said, take one, I was like, oh, he deserves to die. I'm fine with him dying and everything. And then first I thought he wasn't going to die, but I also just want to say, I also hate those people that put those signs out, just take one. I'm like, don't be lazy, pass it out. Come on. Either pass it out or turn your light off. Everybody knows the rules. Come on. Don't be that person. I would have stolen the bowl. I would have just taken the whole bowl. I would have been like, you want to play this game? Even though I hate those people, I would have taken one if I was a kid. But as an adult, I just would be like, what an asshole. I just taken like the table and whatever it was.
Yeah. See, I'm the person that when we went up to a house that would say take one, I would tell my kids that's one handful, because if they were passing it out, nobody gives them one Snicker bar. Everyone takes a handful of their bowl, and puts it in their bag. So
right on.
I've never had trick-or-treaters. This will be the first year we actually live in a house where we will get trick-or-treaters. So I'm so excited. I'm going all out. I'm even doing parent trick-or-treating.
Right on. Yeah, the one year I went out, I got like 2 trick-or-treaters. I was like, what? I live in the city. What's going on here? I spent so much money on decorations, and like I had a hologram and everything. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. Anyways, okay. Sorry. Okay. So hold on. I wrote it. Okay. By the way, that kid vomiting, I thought I was gonna vomit myself. I was like, this is hardcore. I can't do this shit. I don't like bodily fluids. So when he started vomiting, I was like, I can't do it. I was like, I'm not happy at all. So he dies, and I love how I'll talk about
him in the backyard, because remember the kid grabs him when he's burying him.
Yeah, that's what I have written down, but I have written down. Okay, so if the fat kid is the head for Billy at the end and sitting on the table at the end, who is the kid in the backyard? I'm all like, who is that kid? And how many kids is this guy murdering every day? Murdered who? That's exactly.
Where apparently every year on Halloween, kids are going missing and the town doesn't think it's a problem.
Oh my gosh. Like, I was just like, the whole time I'm just like, as soon as that fat kid's head popped up, I love how I call him Fat Kid. What's his name? I don't remember. Anyways, I'm just like, if that's that fat kid, who was that kid trying to live You know, I was like, I felt bad for that kid because I was like, he just wants it. They just want to live. And I love how that man from next door, the school bus driver, which we'll find out later. I love how he was all like, it smells like a wet whore out here. I was like, that's so good. I was like, that's hilarious. Oh, and I love how Billy, his son, he's all like, Billy, just go watch Charlie Brown. He's like, Charlie Brown's an asshole. I'm like, Billy gets it. He's right. Charlie Brown is an asshole. I hate those cartoons. They suck. They all suck. Yeah, that's really all I have for that one segment. I can't believe he put cyanide in those candy bars. I was like, man, this guy's hardcore on the killing kids thing. I'm like,
and my whole thing is like, he's teaching Billy, because at the end he's got Billy in the basement, doesn't he?
yeah, because his dad taught him.
Yeah,
my daddy taught me good.
yeah. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, shouldn't we end the cycle of violence somewhere, Mr. Wilkins? Like, you know, can't you see that you're a problem in society, not these kids? You know,
not the kid, not Chip with his diabetes.
Yeah, his diabetes isn't the problem, okay?
And you don't know if he has type 1 or type 2. He could have been born that way.
Yeah, but my whole thing is like, listen, don't get me wrong, even though he is annoying, like I don't know, man, you're just killing a lot of kids, because you had like a grave next to that grave with the clown kid, and there was a kid inside that clown kid's grave, and I was like, so that's at least 4 right there, 2 kids a grave. I'm like, and how many years have you been doing? Maybe the cycle of violence should just end with you, Mr. Wilkins.
And if your dad taught you, how many are there? This town should be on.
Exactly.
There should be cops patrolling Halloween.
Right on. So the next one is the school bus massacre. Okay. Now, I loved how at the beginning of this, how they're looking for jack-o'-lanterns, and that girl who I thought was very inventive with her story. She's like, can we have your jack-o'-lanterns? It's for a scavenger hunt for UNICEF. I was like, ooh, UNICEF. That's a good one. I was like, look at this girl being very inventive with her lies. I was like, man.
Ask and didn't just steal them.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then they went to that one girl's what was her name? Merida
Rhonda.
Or something. What?
Was it Rhonda?
Rhonda. Yeah, Rhonda. Rhonda's a fat girl's name. Okay, anyway, so okay. Oh, I wrote this down. Miss Henderson is a whore. Because she was straight up like, isn't it perfect? I'm like, don't talk to children like that, whore. Like, ew. And how did they know you? Like, ew. And then he's all like, Coach whatever was a hot dog fucking a pig. And I'm all like, ew, what's going on here in this little weird town? I was like, although I'd probably, if I was single, I'd probably just do it. I'd be like, whatever. Come on, Miss Henderson, let's get this over with. So, okay, so I did write this down. What they did to Rhonda was really fucking, like, really awful. They deserve to die for that. Like, I didn't feel bad.
It's a total bullying dick move. Like,
yeah, it's like the lowest hanging fruit. Like, she's obviously special needs. And I'm like, that's so mean. Like, I get it. You want to play a joke, but like, be like a normal kid and do ding dong ditch or some bullshit.
Or light some poop in a bag on fire on Mr. Wilkins' porch.
Yeah, and don't do that to somebody with special needs. That's, you know, I don't know. And what was that little girl so like upset? Like, she was mad at Rhonda for what? Her boyfriend like flirting with her or whatever. I'm like, she was clearly
the boy she liked.
I don't know, but the blonde girl was clearly hotter. I mean, I'm not judging little kids. I'm just saying, like, grown up, she would have been like, you know, all fucking fit and shit. And Rhonda would have been her weird self and everything, which is fine. I'm not dissing on weird kids. Calm down, everybody. I'm just saying, like, Schroeder or whatever his name was obviously would have went for the blonde. Okay.
I just go, some girls are bitches from the day they're born.
Right. Ain't that the truth, sister? Although I do have to question, because sometimes guys that are like that, they're all hot, and like the popular kid, they go for the weird girl. Like, they get a boner every time they're around because they're all like weird and everything. And that's what they want. They want the spice of life. Okay. So can we talk about the bus driver and the special needs kids on the bus?
It's Mr. Prig.
Yeah, right. Well, we don't know that right off the bat. Okay, you calm down. They just call him the bus driver. Okay, so I just want to say the parents that paid him are horrible.
Oh
fucking
yeah, I
horrible.
have, these parents suck ass.
Yeah. But I'm all like, but at the same time, as soon as they said they scrounged up some money, I was like, well, how much did they pay? Like, like to murder their kid, to murder you. Every time I say murder or you say murder, I'm going to say that line. Anyways, because I'm all like, how much did they pay? How much is a good killing these days worth? You know?
I would assume they had to pay a little bit of a premium because it's a whole bus.
For sure, for sure. But I'm all like, because at the end of it, when the one kid escapes and he drives into the quarry, I'm all like, look, he got paid, he survived, and he completed his task. Yay! Mission accomplished. The only thing I have about that is, okay, so at the end of that story, the little girl was all like, and then the bus driver disappeared. And I'm like, well, I mean, like he lives in like the house next to the killer principal. So I mean, he really didn't disappear, guys. You just don't know who he is.
Bus real quick though. What century did this happen in? Because they literally had those kids chained in their seats.
Yeah, which was ridiculous.
There's not even seatbelts on school buses, but
right.
chained.
Right. Yeah. And he checked those chains like so good. Yeah, that's a good question. Like, where was he where were those kids going to school every day? Like the mental institution? Because you don't just leave that because you want to. That's an excellent
Keep the
question.
chains on them, like were they on their feet and they were doing the perp walk? I mean,
right. And I'm all like, yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Like they
I'm like, these kids deserve to murder whoever they want. When they're done with the bus driver, they should go find their parents.
For sure. They probably did, but we didn't see that because that's in the end credit scene. Anyways, but yeah, that's an excellent question. That's all I have for the school bus massacre. Do you have anything else to say about that segment?
No.
This drink is delicious, by the way. This apple cider is so good. I'm not even like an apple pumpkin kind of person. Anyways, okay. So the next one is the surprise party. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts off in that Halloween costume shop, and they're all talking about the men that they fucked every year or that they got every year and everything. Yeah. Yeah. And they're like, we dressed up as sailors and we got sailors. I'm like, ooh, they got a dishonorable discharge. Anyways, so I just want to, and I love how that mom's all like, knock, 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 ladies, there's kids out here. If I was there, I'd been like, ladies, shut your whore mouths, okay? I've got a 6-year-old out here trying to dress up as Cinderella. Whore, you little hooters.
One of them would have been like, me too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like. Yeah, I'd have been like, keep your hooer comments to yourself, you little sluts. Anyways, I'm not slut shaming. I have had my slut in the day. Anyways, I know. Look at me all trying to brag like I'm special and shit. Anyways, okay, but I do have to say right now, those chicks were hot.
Every time he says he's had that one person, he's wrapping all of those things into
yeah, it was one person. Yeah, one person. Those chicks were very hot. I would have been eaten. I just have to say that I would have been totally eaten. I would, because she would have been like, "Hey, when do you get off work?" And I'd be like, whenever I'm getting off into you. So right now,
you know what? A normal guy would have been, ladies and gentlemen, we will be closing in 5 minutes.
That's exactly how it would have been.
To the front immediately.
Right. And I love how at that costume shop, he's like 280. And I'm like, 280 for 4 adult costumes. That's a steal right there. That is a deal. I'm going to be buying costumes. Me and my kids want to go. My daughter wants to go as a Harry Potter character. And I was like, family costume. So I'm spending well over 280 for Halloween on costumes. So I was like,
but let's be honest. The minute she said she wanted to go as Harry Potter,
oh, I cried. I was like, I'm so happy.
Opportunity to buy everything you've ever wanted to be Harry Potter.
Oh, you have no idea. I was just like, who do you want to go as? Go as this, because I'm like, I could just revamp that to me dressing up in it. I'm just like, let's do that. Okay.
And you're not buying the stuff that they're selling at Walmart for Harry Potter. You're buying the premium top of the line.
Oh, I've already planned.
We're gonna see it in a few weeks behind you on a mannequin. You'll probably wear it for some show.
You're saying that, but it's probably gonna happen. I'm wearing it at the next Comic-Con. Okay.
Serious.
So, okay. Did you guess that this was like a whole werewolf thing, or were you like just you didn't realize?
I thought they were vampires.
Oh, okay, gotcha. See, I didn't get any of that from it.
I did not see that they were werewolves and they were eating the guys. I thought they were like vampires. or some
Gotcha.
kind of cult. It did cross my mind that maybe they were like, what's that one movie with Nicolas Cage and they burn
The
him in the
Wicker
Wicker
Man. We
Man.
should do
Yeah.
that movie.
I
Oh, I
was
love that
like,
movie so
maybe
good.
there's some weird Wicker Man type of cult.
Right on. I mean, that is true because I was all like, when they were hitting on that camera guy, I was like, oh, he's kind of like larger, but maybe she's into larger dudes. I don't know.
She wanted a little extra meat on
Little
her bone.
little cushion for the push and everything.
I was
Although
thinking she
when they
wanted a
have
turkey, not a chicken wing.
right, exactly. Listen, I'm not trying to be mean to people, but when you set your belly on a chick's ass when you're doing her doggy style, maybe you have a problem. Okay, anyways, I'm just saying. Okay, so I thought that Anna Paquin looked great in that Little Red Riding. I was like, look at you, all seductive and shit. I was like, naughty girl.
We've seen her in many a movies with many of outfits and some without any outfits. And when does she ever, you look at her and go, she's not attractive.
Right. Yeah. Look at that plain Jane over there. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Yeah. No, Anna Paquin is so hot. So yeah, as soon as she just stepped out, I was all like, she's hotter than you, whores. Like, so I was like, I can see some bosom.
She's like, this is my first time. And
Yeah.
they're like, it'll be great.
Right. Did you guess that the guy in the mask was the principal, or did you think it was somebody else?
I didn't have a clue who it was, but I
Yeah,
was
me
super excited
neither.
it was the principal.
Me neither. Even with his little, I got a date at the little festival thing or whatever. I didn't even guess then either. As soon as they popped off the mask and he was like, oh, help me. I was like, oh, it's the principal guy. Oh, he deserves to die. I don't feel bad for him.
No, because he thought she was going to be an easy kill.
Yeah, yeah. Although he killed that girl from before, and I'm sorry, like the principal's not hot.
But he had the mask and everything on.
I mean, yeah, but this is okay. Let me ask you. You're a girl, and I'm practically a girl. If you went to a party, single, by the way, and there was a guy with a mask on, wouldn't you be like, hey, I can't get intimate if you're ugly, so show me the face?
Well, first of all, yes, because I'm one of those people that I don't go to the supermarket and buy a steak if it's in a brown paper bag.
Exactly. Like
the meat before I purchase it.
We all know how you like your meat. You like it well done, if you get what I'm saying.
Like a good Polish sausage.
Yeah, you do, naughty. Anyways, okay. Okay, that's all I have for that one.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I liked the bonfire scene. That was fun.
Yeah, I think out of all of them, I think I know this whole thing had a supernatural feel to it, but I think that one was I think that out of all of them, that one to me personally felt like the most disjointed from all of the stories because it was werewolves and the rest were all ghosty and everything.
Yeah. Well, and the only thing that connected it was Sam was sitting on a log eating candy, watching the whole thing.
Yeah, and even him, I felt like he was the spirit of Halloween. I'm putting up fingers or whatever. But yeah. All right, let's move to our last little segment, and that is, or the last little thing, and that's the Sam, little pumpkin boy.
Little guy.
Yeah.
Can we first start with no one questions a toddler-sized child walking around trick-or-treating by himself?
For sure. Yeah, that's weird. Where are your parents, little guy?
He looks at most the size of a second grader. And nobody, when he's walking down the street, nobody questions it.
Right on. I did. Okay, so the school bus driver, what was his name? I didn't write it down.
Mr. Creek.
Whatever, Mr. Caprice. Okay, so he didn't give those kids candy when they gave it his house. His dog attacked them or whatever. But here's my thing. So Sam decides he needs to die now. And I'm all like, yeah, but I know he did it on purpose, but let's just pretend that Mr. Caprice did it on accident. His dog chased those kids away, right?
Yeah.
And he was doing the whole thing. You know how some people they darken out their door and then they scare you and everything. What if that was the situation? He scared him and he's like, no, come back. I got candy for you and everything. Would Sam still have killed him or tried to kill him?
But I don't think Sam only killed him for that. I think.
Or tried to. He didn't kill him.
Yeah, tried to kill him. I don't think Sam tried to kill him just for that. I think it was for all of his indiscretions
I
Top Gun
disagree because when he got the candy bar from him, he was all like, I'm not. And then he like went away. Like, he's like, all right, you passed out candy.
I suppose. I just always assumed Sam was going to kill him from the get-go.
Right on. Okay, so when he's all, inside his house and everything.
When he does that Pet Cemetery thing where he cuts the back.
Which I wanted to talk about that. Okay, so his candy bar knife, right?
Yeah.
Was that because that's the candy bar he got from the principal? Did the principal put the knife in there, or did Sam put the knife in there?
I think it was already in there. It was just a weapon of opportunity.
And then I go, why didn't he kill the principal? Because isn't that like a no for Halloween, or is that okay? Because one of the rules is you got to check your candy.
Well, the principal gets his and Sam watches it. So maybe Sam was gonna take care of the principal at the end of the night. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'll ask Sam the next time I meet him.
How did you? Yeah. Well, you won't have an opportunity because you won't be around anymore. He's crazy. How did you feel? By the way, do you like my costume? I made it myself. Yeah. Anyways, okay. How did you feel about Sam's look underneath his knapsack?
I mean, it's supposed to be a scary movie, so it didn't bother me. I didn't care.
I didn't like it. I thought it took away from it. I thought he was better in the little knapsack head.
Yeah, I don't think they should. If I had a choice, I don't think they should have taken it off to begin with.
Yeah, I personally just didn't like it. I just didn't like it. That's all I had on that one because the rest of it's like very physical. Like he attacks that dude, Mr. Capretti or whatever.
And then the kids from the bus show up.
Yeah, that's the
Mr.
ending.
Krieg, and that's how it ends.
I would have liked to have seen, though. I felt like it was cheap for them not to show those school bus ghosts kill those kids or the school bus driver. They just kind of showed like a little comic at the end. I was like, maybe you guys should have like spent some dollars and showed us at least one kill from there. Because even when Sam kills that woman at the beginning and all the other people, you really don't like see them get killed. You just kind of see blood splatter everywhere. And I'm like, it's not really scary.
That's the kid's head on the table. There's not a lot of gore in this movie.
Yeah. So it's like,
and even that, it's not really gore. It's just a head on a table.
Yeah. So I'm like, it wasn't bad, but I'm like, yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say before we get to our next segment?
No, I'm good.
Okay, let's move on to our next segment. All right. So what is your and we're moving on to questions for this movie. What's your question for this movie?
So my question is, what is your favorite movie where the killer is a child or children?
Oh, okay. That's not what I thought it was. Okay. Okay, so my answer is, and I don't know if this like it counts. Okay, so I'm gonna say The Ring. I know it's very like supernaturally, but I remember when me and my wife saw this in the movie theater. Okay, and I remember when I saw it. Okay, after what's her face, the blonde lady finds the dead body of Samara. Yeah. Ooh, what? What?
It's Naomi Watson.
Naomi Watts. Yeah. She finds her in the well, and then you think the movie's over with, right? And I remember there was a couple that left the movie theater. I was like, where are you going? The movie's not over. And they wanted to beat the crowd, right? And then as soon as she pops out that TV, I was like, ooh, I was like, oh man, and everything. And then she pops out the TV and then she like zooms forward real quick. And I was like, you're dead. He's dead and everything. And then she like, Zorgifies him and everything. And I just remember leaving the movie theater like, I am satisfied. I'm satisfied right now. So I don't know if that counts as like a killer, but I liked it. And what about you?
Even when she was alive, she was a child. So
oh yeah. So free.
So I went for like an old like black and white film.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's called The Bad Seed. And it's literally
don't disrespect my seed.
It's literally like a 12-year-old girl with blonde braided pigtails, and she kills anyone who gets in her way.
Right on. I've never seen that movie, but they did do a remake of that movie. Did you know that?
Yes, but I like the original. I mean,
The Bad Seed. That sounds so
yeah. I mean,
naughty.
I think if they did it like an original now, they might be able to do it. But I just like the original because the reason that somebody figures out that it's the little girl doing it is she wore tap shoes everywhere, and one of the taps falls off at one of the scenes where she drowns a little boy who beat her in a contest and she wanted to win.
Oh,
So
she's hardcore.
yeah, oh yeah. And she has no sympathy at all for anyone.
Right on.
So
Right on. All right. So my question for you is, what is your favorite story out of all the 4 stories in this movie?
the surprise party.
That's my favorite.
To me, Sam is supernatural. So everything else should have been supernatural. And I feel like the rest weren't. They were just stories, things that really could happen.
Right on. I liked it because, I mean, I don't know how you feel about this in horror movies. For some reason, I don't know why, but I like this like kind of seduction, kind of like seduction and then murder, like murder you. I just like it. I like it. And I like it when it's more like women to men and everything. And I guess I would like to see how it would work with the homosexual community, but I just like this whole like enticing you with sex and everything. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to get some. And it's like, yeah, you're going to get some of death and everything. I
think in real life, serial killers are so successful.
Yeah, I think I like that whole seduction plot thing going on, and I just like I'm gonna lure you in with my sexy body, and then I'm going to attack and everything. I think I like that a lot, and the fact that they were werewolves was super fun and everything, because that's like my favorite supernatural being.
Just werewolves. They were like a pack of women. Like there wasn't a man in sight except dinner.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah, no, it was super fun. Okay, would you suggest this movie?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was worth watching. It's one of those good Halloween movies that you watch because there's a bazillion out there.
So true. Yeah, I would agree. I would recommend this movie also. This is the thing. Was it super amazing and everything? No, but it wasn't bad. It was a good movie. I liked it. I didn't laugh a whole bunch. I in the sense that this is ridiculous, but I thought it was pretty good.
I would agree.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to us. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. You can check us out at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated. If you do listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anywhere where you get your podcast, please give us a 5-star rating review. It would really help us out, and we really appreciate it. You have no idea how much it helps us out. And we'll also be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so you can see our lovely faces, mine especially. So be sure to subscribe to us there. We are at BS Drunk Movie Reviews, and please don't forget to drink, recap, and review and repeat. All right, bye, you guys.